Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are so glad to have you with us once again for our English Flash News edition. As usual, I'm Daniel Cook, your host for the Albanian News in English, which we present Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. In today's news, the candidate for governor of the Bank of Albania has presented a report to the members of the Economic Committee. Even though he did not win the votes of the MPs in the parliament, Gent Sejko was congratulated by both the left and right-wing MPs in the Commission of Economy. During his report, Sejko said that his first challenges as governor will be to restore confidence in the Bank of Albania and to increase its transparency. Regarding the theft from the bank's treasury, Sejko promised to review the case of who might have been responsible and also of the amount that was stolen. Sejko gave assurance that he will also be examining the hefty salaries of the bank's staff. Sejko identified yet another challenge, bringing the inflation level back up to its target. He made the following promises if he is appointed as governor: to ensure the transparency and responsibility of the Bank of Albania and to the public and the Assembly, to work hard to return the trust to the bank after the theft, to increase the stability of monetary policies, to preserve the highest standards of integrity among the staff of the bank, to protect the consumer's interests, to coordinate the monetary and fiscal policy in order to stimulate the economy, to improve the bank management, which according to him is also a high priority, to strengthen the internal auditing of the Bank of Albania. Mr. Sejko's candidacy will be brought to a vote during Thursday's parliamentary session. The Ministry of Defense has announced that the case is closed for the Albanian major who was killed during the drug bust in Spain. In their second statement to the media, the Ministry of Defense said that Major Feka's involvement in drug trafficking does not implicate the entire Air Force. They said, "The involvement of Major Sokol Feka in the event in Spain is grave, but this case cannot condemn the work of the Air Force. The Air Force has sacrificed a great deal throughout many operations, and no one has the right to point the finger at us and accuse us." According to confidential sources, Major Feka went abroad 4 times in the last 6 months, staying for only a short period of time each trip, attempting not to raise suspicion. Off the camera, his friends say that the economic situation may have forced him to try drug trafficking. The Director for Enlargement from the European Commission visited Tirana today and held meetings with Albania's political leadership. According to Mr. Danielsson, the business climate and the property issues in Albania are a great concern for the European Commission. Even though the government has taken legal initiatives to improve these issues, the European Commission is concerned about the progress. These concerns were expressed by Mr. Danielsson in a meeting that he had with the President of Albania, Bujar Nishani. According to an announcement from the President's office, Danielsson expressed that the European Commission will continue to invest in Albania. He said that the 5 priorities for Albania are clear, but more focus is needed. President Nishani praised the commitment of the EU, including both the European Commission and the European Parliament, which are trying very hard to help Albania achieve progress. Christian Danielsson then met with the Parliament Speaker Ilir Meta, Prime Minister Edi Rama, and the opposition leader, Lulzim Basha. The EU office in Tirana says that Danielsson was familiarized with the next steps that need to be taken for a successful justice reform. He underlined that the status of candidate country adds more expectations for Albania when it comes to the European agenda. Albania and Chile are now working on improving their relations thanks to the connections between our nation's diplomats. The ambassador of Chile to the Vatican, Monica Jimenez de la Jara, was received in a meeting by the Speaker of the Assembly. She was accompanied by the President of the Honorary Consuls, Mr. Julian Droci. During the meeting, the ambassador of Chile praised the relations between the 2 countries and expressed her intention to improve them even more in the future. A day earlier, the ambassador held a meeting with the Albanian President, Mr. Nishani, where she presented her credentials to him. She was then invited to pay a visit to RTV Ora News by the President of the Honorary Councils, Mr. Iulian Droci. Ms. Jara became acquainted with the investments that have been made in the station. She expressed that she was very impressed with the new technology and the modern studios of Ora News. Mr. Ndroci made the statement that the investments in human resources are equally important, and they work in perfect combination. The ambassador visited the studios of the shows Tonight Il Vetare, New Day, and the Multifunctional Studio. She praised each of them as being very contemporary and impressive investments. The diplomat recalled with nostalgia the years of her youth, when she herself presented a program on a public television in Chile. She told Mr. Ndroci about the emotions that come with being a public figure who puts herself at the risk of the citizens and at the service of the citizens and their interests. Chile is recognized for its outstanding production of fruit, as well as exports of timber. However, its greatest natural asset is copper, and the country is first in the world in copper production. The beauties of the coastline and the wonderful landscapes have also generated great touristic income for the country of Chile. A commission of inquiry has been formed in order to gather facts about illegal appointments and people with criminal records in the public administration. At today's meeting of the commission, the chairman, Gens Polo, reiterated the concerns that the Democrats have been expressing for many months. They fear that people with criminal backgrounds have infiltrated the highest level of our government. According to the Democrats, these people enjoy political support. The socialists in the commission say that they cannot wait for the start of the investigations to begin in detail, because they expect to find information about where some of the criminals who have been dismissed from the administration currently are. Another parliamentary inquiry commission has also been established, the Commission for Inquiry into the Tax Server. It will be led by the Democratic MP, Arben Ristani. Last night's episode of our new show, The Unexposed, discussed the concession agreement with the Mother Teresa Airport. The show was called Rinas, the Prohibited Airport, and it discussed the issue of why the Albanians have to pay more for their tickets than other travelers in the region. In the first part of the program, the footage showed the problematic issue of why the airport of Rinas is the only airport in the country. The program revealed the findings of an investigation into the concession contract, which grants the airport the exclusive rights to offer service for 20 years. The agreement gives the airport a near monopoly and restricts competition from rising up to lower the cost for the citizens. The show also talked about some of the other Albanian airlines that have failed in the past. Today was the second day of protest for some of the citizens in an area near Vlora, whose homes have been threatened by the incoming highway. Today, in sign of protest, they blocked the highway for several minutes. A bit earlier today, the citizens met an MP of the Socialist Movement for Integration, Mr. Salami, and the head of the Democratic Party in Vlora, who promised them a solution to their problem. He said that the problems will have to be resolved by the central government, as the municipality of Vlora has not included this issue in its budget for 2015. According to Mr. Salami, the citizens who do not have property ownership certificates will be accommodated with rental housing, and the rent will be paid by the state for 1 year. That's all the news for this evening. We thank you very much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow at the same time with more Albanian news translated into English. Thank you, and have a great evening.